Welcome to the Banner of Truth magazine podcast, where each week we bring you selected content from the magazine for your encouragement and edification. Welcome to a special mini episode of the Banner of Truth magazine podcast, and New Year's greetings from all of us at the Banner of Truth, both those of us in Edinburgh and those of us in Carlisle, Pennsylvania as well. Today we're sharing a meditation, Memory and Prospect, from the pen of Professor John Murray. This appeared in issue 172 of the magazine, January 1978. We rejoice in hope of the glory of God. Romans 5:2b. The cycle that is called a year is an ordinance of God. Let there be lights in the firmament of heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. Genesis 1:14. So there are the ordinances of day and night, seasons and years, seed time and harvest. God's covenant is with day and night, and with the ordinances of heaven and earth. Jeremiah 33:25. And so we read again, while the earth remaineth, seed time and harvest, and cold and heat, and summer and winter, and day and night shall not cease. Genesis 8:22. The ordinance invested with peculiar religious significance is the week, the 7-day period. The reason is that it is patterned after God's own week. In 6 days he made heaven and earth, and on the 7th he rested. Man's occupation must ever be patterned after the divine example. 6 days of labor and 1 day of holy rest, the weekly Sabbath, because God blessed the Sabbath day and sanctified it. We have come to the end of 1 year and are at the beginning of another. This event should remind us of the past and of the future. The past is filled with memories. The thought of the future should be that of prospect. Memory is inevitably and appropriately for the past, prospect for the future. Now, what is central in our thought of the past? What is central in our thought for the future? What is our prospect? If we are Christian, what is paramount in our thought of the past is the past of redemptive history. And in our thought of the future, it is that of redemptive hope. Without both of these, Christian profession is mockery. As we think of the past, what looms on our horizon, if we are Christian, is the astounding event without precedent, without parallel, and without repetition. And it is that, when the fullness of the time came, God sent forth his Son. Galatians 4:4. The Son of God came, tabernacled among us, died on the accursed tree, rose from the dead, and ascended to heaven. These are the pivotal events of redemptive history. Are they pivotal in our thought of the past? It is with the present and future that the text deals. It is descriptive of the present when it says, rejoicing. This is the present attitude of mind, and it is one of exultation. Too often, our attitude is one of foreboding, anxious, fretful care. In a word, that of worry. Be careful for nothing. Why? Because the future is one of hope. I find sometimes with elderly people that their whole interest is in the past. They cannot think of the future because they have no prospect, no hope. It is one of the saddest experiences to contemplate a Christless grave, and they do not want to hear or think of death. It is, for them, encompassed with nothing but darkness and dread. Now, what is the hope here spoken of? It is called the glory of God. This implies the glory that will be the lot of the people of God, their glorification with Christ. When Christ, who is our life, shall be manifested, then shall ye also be manifested with him in glory. Colossians 3:4. But something else is in view here. It is the resplendent manifestation of the glory of God. The hope of the people of God is the full manifestation and vindication of the glory of God. When God will judge the world in righteousness and the people with his truth, then all things will be adjudicated with perfect equity, and he will vindicate all his ways and works. God alone will be exalted, and the mouths of his enemies will be forever shut. Every knee shall bow, of things in heaven, and things in earth, and things under the earth, and that every tongue should confess that Jesus Christ is Lord, to the glory of God the Father. Philippians 2:10 and 11. Is this our hope? Is the glory of God our paramount interest? And does our prospect for the future find its focus in the manifestation of the glory of God? And does our prospect for the future find its focus in the manifestation of the glory of God? And that was Memory and Prospect, a New Year's meditation from Professor John Murray. In closing, we'll read some verses from Joseph Hart, which in the January 1978 issue of the magazine are printed under Professor Murray's piece. New Year's Day. Once more the constant sun, revolving round his sphere, his steady course has run, and brings another year. He rises, sets, but goes not back, nor ever quits his destined track. Hence, let believers learn to keep a forward pace. Be this our main concern, to finish well our race. Backslidings shun, with patience press towards the sun of righteousness. What now shall be our task? Or rather, what our prayer? What good thing shall we ask to prosper this new year? With one accord our hearts will lift, and ask our Lord some New Year's gift. No trifling gift or small should friends of Christ desire. Rich Lord, bestow on all pure gold, well tried by fire, faith that stands fast when devils roar, and love that lasts forevermore. For what better things could we be asking this new year? Thank you for listening to the Banner of Truth magazine podcast. To subscribe to the magazine in print or digital formats, or both, see the show notes or visit banneroftruth.org.